Introduction. We have already discussed characteristics, types, modifications and functions of roots, stems and leaf. Now we will study inflorescence.
Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to define inflorescence, find out types of inflorescence, study Racemose Inflorescence, study Cymose Inflorescence, understand types of Cymose Inflorescence, study solitary cyme, understand Monochasial Cyme, study Dichasial Cyme, understand Polychasial Cyme, study special types of inflorescences, study Cynthium, understand Verticillaster, find out Hypanthodium. The inflorescence. The arrangement of flowers on a specialized branch on top of the plant, which bears flowers, is called inflorescence. The axis of the inflorescence is known as peduncle. Sometimes the flowers are borne singly. Such arrangement is said to be solitary. When the flowers are borne on the tips of branches or main stem, then it is solitary terminal. Example, poppy. When the flowers are borne in axil of a foliage leaf, then it is called as solitary axillary. Example, petunia, hibiscus, rosa sinensis. Types of inflorescence. There are three main types of inflorescence: Racemose Inflorescence, Cymose Inflorescence, special types of inflorescences. Racemose Inflorescence. In Racemose Inflorescence, the main axis is capable of continuous growth and it does not end in a flower. The flowers show acropetal succession on the main axis. The older flowers are towards the base and younger flowers are towards the apex. Sometimes the main axis becomes shortened and the flowers become clustered. In such cases, the flowers are said to show centripetal succession. Here, older flowers are towards the margin and younger flowers are towards the center. Cymose Inflorescence. In Cymose Inflorescence, the main axis ends in a flower since the peduncle stops growing. The flowers show basipetal succession. The oldest flower is at the apex and the youngest towards the base. When the flowers are clustered, the arrangement is said to be centrifugal. Here, the oldest flower is at the center and younger flowers are towards the margin. There are different types of Cymose inflorescence: solitary cyme, Monochasial cyme, Dichasial cyme, Polychasial cyme. Solitary cyme. This is the simplest type of Cymose inflorescence where there is only one single flower. The flower may be terminal on a short peduncle or it may be axillary in position. Example, Thespesia. Monochasial cyme. In this type of inflorescence, the peduncle ends in a flower. Subsequently, one branch of the peduncle develops at a lower level and ends in a flower. This type of branching is repeated. If the branches are produced on the same site, the inflorescence is said to be a monochasial helicoid cyme. Example, Hamelia, Drosera. If the branches are produced alternately in a zigzag manner, the inflorescence is called a monochasial scorpioid cyme. Example, Heliotropium. Dichasial cyme. In this type of Cymose inflorescence, the peduncle produces a flower at its tip. Subsequently, the peduncle produces two branches simultaneously at a lower level. They also end in flowers. This type of branching is repeated. If the inflorescence has only 3 flowers, where the central flower is the oldest and the side ones are younger, it is called a simple dichasial cyme. Example, jasmine. If the inflorescence is branched, it is called a compound dichasial cyme. Example, clerodendron, ricea. Polychasial cyme. In this type of inflorescence, the main axis ends in a flower. Subsequently, the peduncle produces many branches and each branch ends in a flower. The flowers show centrifugal arrangement. Example, Homelia. Special types of inflorescences. Some plants exhibit special types of inflorescence. These are our following types: Cyathium, Verticillaster, Hypanthodium. Cyathium. Here the inflorescence is highly reduced. It has a cup-shaped receptacle formed by the fusion of 5 bracts. On the surface of this cup, generally a yellow-colored nectar-secreting gland is present. A single female flower arises from the center of the cup. It is highly reduced and is borne on a long stalk. The male flowers are highly reduced and are produced in scopioid manner from the axil of each bract. Example, Euphorbia pulcherrima. Verticillaster. Verticillaster is a special type of inflorescence seen in leucas. At each node of the stem, 2 axillary opposite Cymose inflorescences develop on either side. Hypanthodium. In this type of inflorescence, the receptacle becomes spherical with a cavity inside. It opens to the outside with a small opening. Numerous small sessile flowers are produced from the inner surface of the receptacle. These flowers are of 3 types: male flowers, female flowers, and sterile female flowers, gall flowers. Example, ficus. Did you know largest Indian inflorescence is Amorphophallus? Largest inflorescence of the world is Pua raymondi, 32 feet. Petaloid bract is found in Bougainvillea. Cynanthium is open hypothyandium. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. The flowers are arranged in different types of inflorescences. Inflorescence axis is called peduncle. Edible part of cauliflower is inflorescence. Synchronous is a composite or multiple fruit develops from Hypanthodium inflorescence. In pineapple, ananas, and jackfruit, autocarpus, rachis, bracts, and perianth are used for eating. Verticillaster type of inflorescence is found in ocimum. Simple cluster of radial leaves with exstipulate and parallel venation and cyme or umbel inflorescence are the characteristics of Liliaceae. In family Gramineae, inflorescence is spikelet.